Rush Limbaugh inadvertently donated to a pro-abortion organization in Texas. Now, he didn't do it willingly, but it turns out that he likes going out to fancy restaurants, and he likes, to his credit, leaving large tips. And so there's a woman, Merritt Tierce, who's one of the co-directors of the Texas Equal Access Fund, which is a reproductive justice organization in Texas. So she waited on him between 2005 and 2011 multiple times, and twice he gave her absolutely massive tips. The host reportedly left extraordinarily generous tips for Tierce both times that she waited on him, $2,000 on one occasion. Now, she said that after she received the money...
On one or each occasion?
On each occasion there.
Okay.
Oh, each?
Yeah, so a lot of money, obviously, from any point of view. But she said that was like blood money to me. She didn't want that money. She said it felt like laundering the money in a good way when she donated it to the organization that she worked for that works for reproductive access and justice in Texas. He's such an obvious target for any feminist or sane person. It was really bizarre to me that he gave $2,000, and he's evil incarnate in some ways. So that's pretty awesome. Like I said, it's to his credit that he donated the large amount of money, but I do like that in a place that is cracking down so hard on abortion, like Texas, his money is going towards actually increasing access.
Look, what I'm curious about is why did he leave that big tip? Look, I know that it's a little unfair to speculate in this way, but Rush Limbaugh's an asshole, so I'm going to allow myself to unfairly speculate. He probably wanted to tap that ass, right? Like, that's probably what it was about. Let me give this. You showed up twice and gave her $2,000 tips? I mean, come on.
That's a lot
But
of
anyway,
money.
That's my speculation, so I'm at least clear and honest about the fact that it's speculation. Now, to
I think it's
the
kind of what we
point,
call speculation.
Where is that?
but also, this case actually reminded me a lot about the Affordable Care Act and the whole birth control coverage by private insurers and how that got struck down by the Supreme Court in the Hobby Lobby case. I know this sounds ridiculous given the story that was just presented, but look, a federal judge who was hearing this case before it got to the Supreme Court made the argument that when an employer pays its employees, right, you can't tell your employee what he or she can or can't spend that money on.
Yeah.
So the same should be true of private insurance. You can't provide insurance and then tell your employee what he or she can use that insurance for. So then I think about Rush Limbaugh and it's like, look, dude, you're giving her the tip. She gets to do whatever the hell she wants with that tip.
Yeah.
Even if it's something that goes against your ridiculous political agenda.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
It does feel good right now. I'm a little bit worried about the near future, some of the potential strike back to her and her organization, because he's not going to like this. He's going to hear about this. He's probably going to mention it on his show, so that organization or her could receive, threats or death threats in the future or something like that. And also, look, if it turns out that he is just, he's an asshole in the air, but he's a nice guy when it comes to the tips, he might be hesitant to tip so well in the future, and so I feel bad for those waiters who could definitely use the money.
Surprising that Rush Limbaugh's a good tipper, because those guys usually aren't, right?
Yeah.
And I think maybe there's something to Anna's thing that there's certainly an ulterior motive for him doing that. He certainly doesn't give a shit about people, especially working people. If he really cared about working people, he would demand a higher minimum wage for those people, right?
Yep.
Instead of personally. So he made that money off of demonizing people like her. You know what I mean? So it's kind of working.
She got her strike back.
And so she got it back.